Don't skip this video. Have you ever wondered why silence feels so powerful? The Stoics believed that the ability to stay calm and composed, especially in times of difficulty, was key to mastering oneself. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." But what if we could take it further? What if silence, the absence of words, could become the tool that shapes our inner peace, boosts our self-confidence, and helps us discover a deeper sense of control in this chaotic world? In this video, I'm going to show you the incredible strength of silence and how it can build unshakable confidence, help you find peace, and guide you toward becoming your true self. You'll learn how to use silence, not as a void, but as a space where true power resides. Stick around until the end. I promise you'll walk away with insights that will change how you approach life and challenges. If you find this content valuable, don't forget to like and subscribe to Stoic Narratives Official for more wisdom on Stoic philosophy and practical ways to live with calm authority. Number 1. Active silence. Turning silence into power. In a world that constantly demands noise, activity, and constant stimulation, silence often feels like a luxury or even a void to be feared. It's easy to see silence as an absence, something that needs to be filled with words, distractions, or mindless activities. But the Stoics, those ancient philosophers who understood the depths of human nature, knew something essential. True power lies not in the constant hustle, but in the ability to embrace silence and use it as a tool for growth, clarity, and inner peace. Imagine this. In a challenging situation, how often do you feel the urge to react immediately? Whether it's an argument with a loved one, work-related stress, or an unexpected obstacle, your initial impulse might be to respond quickly, without thought. The world expects quick answers. But what if you could pause? What if, instead of filling that moment with hasty words or anxiety, you chose silence? Not just empty silence, but active silence. An intentional stillness that holds the power to transform your response. Active silence is not about doing nothing. It's about creating space for your thoughts. It's in this space that your true power resides. By resisting the urge to immediately react, you allow yourself the time and clarity to make conscious, measured choices. The Stoics taught us to be masters of our inner world. As Epictetus said, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. In the same way, your mental wealth grows when you reduce the noise inside and focus on the present moment, letting go of the desire to react instantly. Choosing silence doesn't mean detaching from life or ignoring the world around you. On the contrary, it's about acting with intention. Active silence builds inner control. It strengthens your ability to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. In moments of stress or conflict, this silence allows you to center yourself, gain perspective, and respond with calm authority. It's a tool for resilience, not by resisting life, but by choosing to respond only to what truly deserves your energy. You see, you don't need to shout to be heard, nor do you need to constantly fill silence with thoughts or distractions. The real strength lies in the power of silence itself. When used consciously, it strengthens the mind, refocuses your energy, and brings a sense of peace and control. This is how you build unshakable confidence, not by filling every moment with noise, but by embracing the power of active silence. Number 2. The skill of deep listening. Strengthening relationships. In the noise-filled world we live in today, deep listening is a skill that seems to have been forgotten. We're constantly surrounded by distractions, whether it's technology, conversations, or our own inner thoughts, and there's an ever-present pressure to speak, react, and assert our own opinions. Yet, how often do we truly listen? The Stoics, with their profound understanding of human nature, knew that silence is not merely the absence of sound. It's a powerful tool for connection, comprehension, and wisdom. In relationships, silence is not something to fear, but something to embrace. A space that can actually strengthen bonds and foster a deeper understanding of one another. Picture yourself in a conversation with someone you care about. Are you really listening to what they are saying, or are you simply preparing your next response? Active silence is not just about refraining from speaking. It's about fully engaging in the moment and being present with the other person. It's about putting aside your own agenda and allowing the conversation to unfold without the impulse to interject. When you practice this level of listening, you show respect for the other person's words, their emotions, and their experiences. This becomes the foundation of trust, and trust is the cornerstone of any meaningful relationship. In both personal and professional relationships, the ability to listen deeply is rare. Too often, we are consumed by our own thoughts, anxieties, and needs, projecting them onto others and failing to truly hear them. But when we choose active silence, we create space for the other person to express themselves freely and openly. You begin to hear more than just words. You understand the emotions behind them. You become attuned to the subtle cues, the tone of voice, the body language, the unspoken feelings, the silent fears or hopes that lie beneath the surface. This kind of listening allows you to gain a fuller picture of the other person's inner world, which leads to greater understanding and empathy. When you listen with intention, you show the other person that they have your full attention. You are not distracted. You are not formulating a response. You're truly present with them. This gift of presence fosters stronger, more authentic relationships. As the Stoics taught us, our true power lies not in controlling others or manipulating situations, but in mastering ourselves. In relationships, this mastery comes from the ability to listen deeply and respond thoughtfully, rather than reacting impulsively or jumping in with our own opinions. By practicing active silence, you strengthen your relationships and deepen your connections. It's not simply about remaining quiet, but about being present, focused, and intentional with your attention. Mastering the art of active listening will not only enhance communication, but will also help build trust, respect, and understanding. These are the qualities that create lasting, meaningful relationships, whether in personal or professional contexts. So, the next time you find yourself in a conversation, remember that silence is not just the absence of sound, but an opportunity to truly connect, to listen, and to understand. Number 3. Emotional control through silence, a tool for inner strength. In moments of stress, frustration, or anger, the Stoics taught us that silence is not merely the absence of words, it is an essential tool for emotional control. When emotions surge, whether during a heated argument, a stressful situation at work, or a moment of personal turmoil, the instinct is often to react impulsively, to let our feelings drive our actions. But the Stoics understood that true strength lies not in reacting immediately, but in mastering our emotions by choosing silence. In these moments, silence becomes your greatest ally, a source of inner strength that allows you to regain control over your emotional state and respond with calm authority. Emotional control is the foundation of personal power. We often associate strength with being vocal, with standing our ground, or with defending our beliefs in the heat of the moment. However, the real strength comes from the ability to pause, to breathe deeply, and to reflect before responding. Silence creates a critical space between the stimulus, the situation, or the comment that triggers us, and the response, our reaction. This pause gives us the time and space to regain composure, allowing us to choose our response thoughtfully, not driven by emotion, but guided by clarity, reason, and self-mastery. Consider a scenario where you're engaged in a difficult conversation, one where emotions are running high, and the temptation to react quickly, whether by defending yourself, retaliating, or attacking, is overwhelming. It's easy to believe that reacting immediately shows strength, but the true strength lies in the ability to remain silent in such a moment. By doing so, you create a space for your thoughts to settle, for your emotions to cool, and for you to respond intentionally. Silence grants you the power to process the situation and choose your words carefully, instead of being swept away by the tide of raw emotion. That brief pause can completely change how you are perceived, how the conversation unfolds, and what outcome you ultimately achieve. The Stoic philosophers emphasize that our peace and resilience are born not from external circumstances, but from our ability to manage our internal reactions. When we choose silence over reaction, we are actively exercising emotional control. We aren't denying our feelings, but we are allowing them to pass through us without being ruled by them. This is not suppression, it's mastery. We let the emotions arise, observe them, and then release them, instead of letting them dictate our actions. Through this process, we develop emotional discipline, which strengthens our character and enhances our ability to handle life's challenges with grace and composure. By cultivating emotional control through silence, we lay the foundation for unshakable confidence. In every situation, we can respond not from a place of anger, fear, or frustration, but from a place of calm, clarity, and inner strength. Silence, when used consciously, becomes a powerful tool for maintaining composure, exercising emotional resilience, and for navigating even the most challenging moments of life. It's not about avoiding conflict. It's about engaging with it from a place of power, self-mastery, and emotional intelligence. In a world that often values speed, noise, and immediate reaction, embracing silence allows us to stand apart, to take control of ourselves and our responses. It's a skill that takes practice, but when we learn to master it, we find that we can face difficult situations with unshakable poise, and our emotional resilience becomes a quiet but undeniable force. Through silence, we connect with our deepest sense of inner strength. And in that strength, we find the power to navigate life's turbulence with calmness, wisdom, and grace. Number 4. Silence as a creative space, harnessing inner creativity. In Stoic philosophy, the mind is considered a sacred space, one that needs quiet, stillness, and discipline to flourish. In a world brimming with distractions, noise, and constant stimulation, it is within silence that we often discover our true creative potential. Silence is not merely the absence of sound, it is a fertile ground, a sanctuary where ideas take root and inner wisdom grows. Within the stillness of the mind, our deepest insights emerge, offering us clarity, focus, and the power to create. We are frequently conditioned by society to believe that creativity requires constant action and relentless hustle. The modern world tells us that productivity is synonymous with being busy, always moving, always doing. We are often caught up in the noise of multitasking, checking emails, answering phone calls, attending meetings, and constantly consuming information. But the Stoics, wise in their understanding of human nature, taught us the opposite. That true creativity thrives in silence. In those moments when we step away from the chaos and allow our minds to rest, the possibilities for innovation and new ideas begin to flow freely. When we embrace quiet, we create the space necessary for new thoughts and deeper understanding to emerge. Reflect for a moment. When was the last time you had a burst of inspiration? More often than not, these moments of clarity come in times of quietude. Perhaps it was during a walk in nature, while taking a shower, or in the stillness of your home early in the morning. These are the moments when the external noise of the world fades away, and your mind can focus on what truly matters. It is during these quiet moments that your creative instincts have the room to expand and grow, free from the weight of external pressures, demands, and expectations. The creative process, when allowed the space to breathe, becomes a natural unfolding rather than a forced effort. The power of silence lies in its ability to sharpen our focus. In a world that constantly pulls our attention in different directions, silence acts as a tool for mental clarity. By embracing silence, we intentionally block out the unnecessary chatter, the distractions that consume our attention, and we allow our inner voice, the true source of inspiration, to be heard. In that space of calm, the mind is freed from clutter, and we can access our most profound, original, and innovative ideas. Whether it's solving a problem, brainstorming new concepts, or embarking on a creative project, silence provides the mental room we need to think deeply, strategically, and creatively. The Stoic philosophers understood that to create with purpose and integrity, we must first learn to quiet the external noise around us. In silence, we reconnect with our inner wisdom, and from this connection, creativity can flow naturally and without inhibition. The Stoics believed that cultivating inner peace and stillness is not just a practice for personal tranquility, but also a crucial element for productive, intentional living. When we embrace silence, we make room for deep thinking, reflection, and purposeful creation. Number 5. Building confidence without external validation. In the Stoic tradition, true confidence is deeply rooted in self-mastery and personal virtue, rather than in the validation of others. In a society that often encourages us to seek approval from friends, family, or the broader community, the Stoics offer a different perspective. They teach that genuine confidence comes from within, not from external sources. Confidence that is based on the approval or judgment of others is fragile, constantly shifting with the opinions and moods of those around us. However, confidence that is grounded in inner strength and self-awareness remains steadfast and unshakable. When you rely on others for your sense of worth, you relinquish your power. The opinions of others become the measuring stick by which you evaluate your value. This external dependence is a perilous trap, one that can lead to insecurity, anxiety, and a never-ending quest for approval. The Stoics would advise us, do not seek to be validated by others. Instead, seek to align yourself with your own virtues. In this wisdom lies the foundation of true confidence, an understanding that your value is inherent, not determined by how others perceive you. When you embrace this concept, you realize that you have the power to define your worth, independent of external judgments. To build confidence without relying on the approval of others, the first step is to gain clarity on who you are and what you stand for. Reflect on your values and principles, and allow these to guide your decisions and actions. When you act in accordance with your core beliefs, you lay the groundwork for self-respect. You don't need the applause or recognition of the crowd to feel validated. You know, deep down, that you are living authentically, aligned with your highest self. It's also important to acknowledge your own strengths, not in a boastful or arrogant way, but with honesty and humility. Every small victory over your fears, doubts, or bad habits contributes to the foundation of your self-confidence. Each time you choose to follow your principles over the pressures of others, you reinforce your self-worth. These small, consistent acts of integrity build confidence because they reaffirm that you trust yourself and your values. In moments of silence and reflection, you deepen your understanding of yourself and nurture the inner confidence that is unshaken by outside opinions. The Stoic concept of ataraxia, or inner peace, plays a crucial role in this process. Ataraxia is a state of emotional serenity and mental clarity, a peace that arises when you are at ease with who you are. When you achieve this state of inner peace, you no longer feel the need to seek validation from others. Your confidence becomes unshakable because it is no longer tied to the approval or rejection of those around you. It is rooted in your ability to trust your own judgment, make decisions based on your values, and accept yourself as you are, without fear of external judgment. Building confidence without relying on external validation is a lifelong journey. It requires patience, discipline, and the consistent practice of self-reflection. But by embracing this Stoic approach, you not only gain confidence, but also peace of mind. You become resilient and capable of facing challenges without the need for others' opinions or approval. True confidence is the power of being completely at peace with who you are, knowing that you are enough as you are, and trusting that your worth does not depend on the validation of the outside world. Number 6. Silence as a powerful communication tool. In the realm of Stoic philosophy, silence is not merely the absence of sound. It is an intentional, active force that carries its own power. The Stoics understood that while words are essential for communication, silence, when used correctly, can often be even more impactful. What we say should be more valuable than silence, they taught. Yet they also acknowledged that silence itself is a form of communication that can convey wisdom, clarity, and strength in ways words sometimes cannot. In this context, silence is not emptiness. It is a powerful, deliberate choice that can speak volumes. In communication, silence creates space for deeper understanding. Often, we feel the need to fill every pause with words to keep the conversation flowing and to appear engaged. However, the Stoics believe that sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is say nothing at all. When we allow silence to fill a moment, we offer both ourselves and others the opportunity to reflect. It creates a pause for thought, giving both parties time to process the conversation fully. In this space, true understanding can emerge, as silence fosters a deeper connection than words alone might allow. Consider a conversation where words seem inadequate to express the depth of your feelings or thoughts. In such moments, silence can speak louder than any well-crafted sentence. It shows that you are taking time to think carefully before responding, rather than speaking impulsively. The Stoics believed that true wisdom comes not from rushing to fill silence with hasty words, but from the ability to reflect before speaking. As they said, silence is a source of great strength. And in many situations, when we practice silence, we often find ourselves more composed, more in control, and less reactive to external stimuli. Remaining silent, particularly in moments of conflict or heightened emotions, allows you to assert calm authority. In a world that is often dominated by noise and instant reactions, your silence becomes a quiet form of strength. It communicates that you are not easily shaken by external circumstances or the words of others. By choosing silence over reaction, you assert your inner peace, your ability to remain undisturbed in the face of turmoil. Your silence becomes a signal of self-mastery, a demonstration of your ability to control your emotions and responses. In practice, silence can be used strategically in both personal and professional interactions. When faced with a difficult or confrontational situation, take a moment to pause before responding. Use silence not as a way to avoid communication, but as a tool to gain clarity, to understand the other person's perspective, and to ensure that your response aligns with your values and principles. The key to using silence effectively lies in knowing when it speaks louder than words, and when it is time to let the silence speak for itself. By embracing the Stoic practice of silence, you enhance your ability to listen deeply, respond thoughtfully, and communicate with purpose. Silence, when wielded with intention, becomes not a void, but a powerful tool in the art of communication. It allows for greater wisdom, stronger relationships, and more mindful interactions. The Stoic belief that silence can lead to deeper insight encourages us to cultivate this tool of inner strength, making it an essential part of our communication practice. Silence is not a weakness. It is the ultimate form of control, allowing us to communicate with clarity, authority, and genuine understanding. As we've explored today, silence is not merely the absence of sound. It is a powerful tool for self-control, clarity, and wisdom. In the practice of Stoicism, silence provides us the space to reflect, to listen deeply, and to communicate with greater purpose. It is a tool for emotional control, for creative thinking, and for strengthening relationships. By using silence intentionally, we unlock the power to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively, and in doing so, we align with our higher principles. Now, I challenge you to incorporate silence into your daily life. Pause before responding in moments of stress or conflict. Embrace the strength that silence offers and see how it transforms your interactions. If you found this video helpful, drop a comment below and share your thoughts or experiences with silence. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more Stoic insights. Stay tuned. Tomorrow's video at 6 a.m. will bring even more wisdom. See you then.